Hey, everybody. What am I rolling over? Solid start to a live broadcast. Dipping off screen. Just casually using my chair to roll over my phone cord. Speaking of which, I should plug it in. So here we are. It is the 27th of May. April, 27th of April. Doing good. And I think that makes this a Thursday. And that means two different things. First and foremost, it means that the Kindle version of Adrian's Undead Diary number 14 releases tomorrow, technically midnight tonight. And you can pre-order it now if you don't want to forget. Hey, Raz, good morning. Hey, Steve, good to see you. Yeah, so you can pre-order it now on the Kindle. Just go to Amazon. I put a link in the description of this video. You can just search it too as well. If you pre-order it now, then they just send it to you directly at midnight and you don't have to worry about remembering it. It's kind of cool. And if you don't feel like doing that, it comes out tomorrow. Do whatever the hell you want. The paperback version of it is already available to order. So if you want to get the Dead Tree version, hey Ryan, you can just order it now. And it'll be printed and shipped to you lickety split. People, I think I greenlit it last Monday and people got it by Friday, or greenlit it Tuesday and people were getting it by Friday. I forget. It's only like a 2 or 3 day lag. Raz, you cannot pre-order the Audible. I didn't have enough of a window to give Audible a big enough heads up because the timeline on this was kind of weird. Hey, Frank. So you have to give them like, I think, a minimum of 45 days now. And when everything lined up and studio time was booked in, it just like, here's the slot that it makes sense to release it in. I didn't have a big enough window to set up a pre-order, which is, okay. It's a bummer, but it is what it is. But before anybody else asks, the Audible version, DJ's in the studio right now, Dan, and he was planning on getting me the final recording by this weekend to proof. It usually takes me a couple of days to listen to it and try and catch all the errors. I don't catch them all. But if he gets it to me by this weekend, which he was pretty optimistic would happen, then it takes me a couple of days. If I kick it back by like Wednesday or Thursday, it could be out as early as like the 5th or the 6th of May. Hey, Shirley. I think realistically, it probably won't release to retail until like the 10th, something like that. But I don't get to decide that. Once it goes into Audible's QC queue, it's in their hands. And I think they basically say like it can take 10 days. I've never had a title take more than like 3 or 4. And usually by like day 2, if I start getting hinky, I have some people who work inside Audible that I can contact and just be like, hey, can you push this one through for me? I've only had to do that like twice after 25 audiobooks. So yeah, I would guess probably around the 10th for Audible. What is the specific day? Audible likes to push books out on Tuesday or Wednesday. So probably, yeah, the 9th or the 10th, something like that would be about the day that they would get it out. Because they work in week release windows, they don't like to release stuff off of the day that they push everything out, right? If they can't get it out by the 9th or the 10th, then it won't come out until a week later, 16th or 17th. So hopefully we can get it in the 9th or the 10th queue. And then, if not, probably the 16th to the 17th. But as soon as I get it into their quality control process, I'll just post and let people know that it's imminent. Release is nigh. So that's cool. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was the Adrian's Kickstarter that I've been talking about now ad nauseum for a month, and that it was coming, more than a month. And I said that I was going to set the launch date for the Kickstarter at at some point within a week or so, a week ago, and it was going to be end of April, beginning of May. And now that I have everything set up and everything that was up in the air has been sorted, I can set the date. Thank you, Raz. It's weird. Everyone's weird. Every time I put out a book, it's a strange process because it's like, oh, are they gonna like it? Oh, am I gonna keep doing this job? It's so fun to write books for a living. But yeah, May the 1st, not May the 4th, May the 1st, be with us at 10 a.m., 10 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. That's 2 hours before noon, in case you needed me to math for you. I'm going to do the launch for the Kickstarter. And that means that I'm going to click the launch button at about 10 a.m. 275 tier is crazy. I have to look at it. I don't remember what's in the 275 tier. Hey, Emma. Hey, everybody. So at 10 a.m. roughly, I'm gonna push the launch project button, and the book 14 is really good, Raz. Like legitimately, it's really good. Like I'm super, super happy with it. I think I did some really cool stuff with it and kind of bent things in ways that people might be a little surprised. And like you get resolution on everything that happened in 13, and like book 14 has an ending that's like, wait, what? To kind of keep you guys invested as this story, comes crashing to its end again. Anyway, the Kickstarter is going to launch at 10 a.m. I'm going to do a live just like this, starting about 15 minutes before that, so about 9:45 or so. I'm going to jump on live like this. People can come in and join me, and I will screen share me pushing the button. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because of the limited edition tiers in the Kickstarter. I have multiple tiers where the quantity that people can buy are pretty limited, and in some cases really limited, like 3 of, 5 of kind of stuff. And this was my 3rd Kickstarter, and the first 2 were for the first 2 books in the Diggory series. And the first Diggory book, I think, funded in 20 minutes. And the really limited edition ones were all gone within like the first couple of hours. The second Diggory book funded in 6 minutes, and all of the limited edition stuff were gone in about the first 30 minutes. So I assume with, this is a reach, obviously, but Adrian's is my big series. It's my flagship. And I have, 10 times the fans for Adrian's as I do anything else that I've written. And I do mean that. It's 10 to 1 on everything. I'm guessing there will be more traffic on this Kickstarter. I don't know. Maybe not. But the point is the people who backed the Diggory Kickstarter and got the limited levels are the people who will back this at the limited levels as well. So if you want a shot at getting any of the really limited stuff, I'm going to live stream it at about 10 in the morning. And you can tune in, open up a window to get your thing ready, and then I'll hit the button. It goes live. You hit refresh, and then all of the pledge levels unlock on your end, and then you can pick whatever it is you want and check out before anyone else snipes it out from under you. Oh, hi, Allie. Hey. Thank you for sharing that with me, Emma. That's really cool. It makes me happy. Anyway, and then I click the button, all the things unlock, and then you can check out, do all your add-ons, and then lock in whatever your pledge level is. And the limited ones will be gone very quickly. So then, really fun for me, and also pretty cool for the other people who did it the last time I did this, is I will leave my dashboard screen share up, and it's a live ticker, and you can see all the pledges come in, and the numbers literally just and when we funded it so fast on the last project, it was just mind-blowing, because it's like, anytime I do something like this, it's like, well, let's see what happens. I'm optimistic, and then to just like have it happen immediately is a huge boost to the confidence. Now, granted, the Diggory Kickstarters were only fishing for about $2,000, and this one's fishing for $7,000. But again, way more fans. We'll see. So that's what I came here to say. Right now, I'm just working up last minute promotional graphics for the book release tomorrow, for The Lost and the Found, and working up some, posts and, advertising, marketing graphics for the Kickstarter, because I have to keep pushing it, the couple days before, and then all throughout the campaign. And, like I've said a couple of times, the Kickstarter's day one is the biggest day by far and away. And it's big because you want to fund quickly, right? Because people who don't know anything about you are less likely to back you on Kickstarter if you're struggling to reach your goal. Whereas if you've already reached your goal or you're close to it, you're less of a risk, right? You pledge it, and if they haven't funded and doesn't look like they might not get there. But if you're a green light, then people who don't know you are more likely to jump on. And like all websites, there's an algorithm, and the Kickstarter internal promotion decision-making algorithm heavily weighs how many backers and how much backing you get relative to your goal on day one activity. So if you get a ton of backers on day one, fund on day one, you go into like the high priority queue to get recommended to people who might be interested in it. And one of the things about Kickstarter that's really attractive is it's like an entirely new group of people that may or may not know anything about any of my books. So if I can get, the project in front of them, and they can see all the books, and they can see all the stuff I've written, and they can see all the community and all the community posts and updates and stuff like that, then they might be like, oh, let's give this guy a shot. So if you are planning on backing, please try and do it on Monday. If you can't do it on Monday, you can do it later in the month. That's awesome too. And I just wanted to show some of the swag I got. So the big thing that we're doing here is we're trying to make these guys. So these are the new hardcovers. This is book one. I only have the proof of book one in hand. Books 2, 3, and 4 are on the way, and I expect them to be good. But they're matte sheen hardcover, not soft cover, not paperback, with a dust jacket, black cloth interior. I might upgrade them to have a foil stamp. So if you take the jacket off, sun's screwing with me, it'll actually be foil stamped here, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't gotten the final cost on it. But then, we're in the book, and it's beefed up from the original in that I have gone back in and I've added some entries that were removed. I've cleaned up some language. I've changed certain entries and made it better, for lack of a better phrase. So this is a new experience. If you've done the other versions of the book, this will be a little different. Not hugely different, but different. I'm calling these the author preferred versions. And you can see these are the proofs. This says Kickstarter backers. So anybody who backs the Kickstarter at any level will get your name or a name you want on these pages. So right now it's blank. But when the book actually goes into production, I will update this file and re-upload it with all of the names, and thanking everybody. So you'll get your name in the book, and you can see it says author's preferred version, right? Which is fancy way for saying it's different. Then we got the maps again. This one's the Auburn Lake vicinity. So like Gilbert's area, the gas station, all that jazz. And then, Alpa's way over here. And then this is the blow up of Alpa. So you can see the layout of all the different places and where, Hall E is and all that stuff. And then each of the books has some extra art in it. See it, color interior, yay. But these are the two covers, right? So this one is the second edition, which is the one that's currently available. This one's the first edition that's no longer available. You can't get this cover anywhere. But it's like a little bit of history. And in the other books in the series, I've got lots of cool like concept art and covers that haven't seen the light of day, that didn't pass muster, or sketches, drawings, that kind of stuff. but yeah, it's a robust book, and it's pretty, and it's all new art, and it'll open up doors to libraries and bookstores. And the Kickstarter helps make it happen. Hey, Jake. So if anybody wanted to jump on, the Kickstarter launches at 10 in the morning Eastern Standard Time on Monday. And as I said before, I think they will go quickly. And just for poops and chuckles, part of the Kickstarter is dice, right? Because one of my hobbies is making gaming dice. And for the second Diggory Kickstarter, I made custom Diggory dice for people who wanted to read the series and wanted to support it and get a cool little keepsake, or if you're a gamer and you just want dice. And the dice were hugely popular. I sold like 40 odd sets of them, which to a person who hand makes dice, 40 sets is like a pretty considerable amount of dice. So I ordered custom Adrian's Undead Diary dice molds, dice masters, and then I made custom molds off of those masters. So I'm making dice that only I can make. I'm the only person in the world who has the ability to make these, and I've been working on them in my spare time, mostly on Tuesdays when I play my role-playing game with my buddies. But I got a whole bunch of these. So these are what I'm calling the Locky style dice. You can see the 1 is a Jinx Fairy. So when you roll a 1, the Jinx Fairy comes up. And then the 6 is Otis. And then I'm not going to be able to do this justice with my webcam, but you can see the Locky ones have like wisps of silver and iridescent mylar in them, and they're like orangey and red and fiery. Pardon me, burped some pistachios. But I've made many of these sets. And then I've also got Lacuna dice. And Lacuna dice that one's really cool, but it's not going to show up on camera. But they're like black and white on one side, and then the black and white pierces up through the clear, like up into the world. And it kind of looks like cordyceps growing, like from The Last of Us. But these are like super, super cool. And then I've got this whole bucket is ones that I've finished. This whole bucket is Lacuna dice that, get out of the sun here, is Lacuna dice that need to be cleaned up. And then I just started casting Trinity dice, which I should have gotten out. But the Trinity dice represent, Kevin, Adrian, and Michelle. Can you DM later? Yep. Yeah, I can message you, Jake. The Trinity dice are these guys. So Michelle, because she's like light and spirituality and crap, she gets gold and silver flake with black numbers. And she also has the cat and the Jinx Fairy and all that jazz. Jinx Fairy in black, kitty cat in kind of gold. And then Kevin, because he's a simple person, gets just like gunmetal with white. And the metal it's a metallic mica, so it has a glimmer to it like metal. Really cool. And then I will not be able to do this justice because these glow in the dark, but these are the Adrian dice, and you can kind of see they're speckled and like inconsistent, like right, where is it? Right here. You can see there's like a lighter spot, right? And that lighter spot is actually glow in the dark, and there's a thin layer of black on the outside. This side might be easier to see. You see how it's kind of like Dalmatian spotted-y? When you put this under a bright light or out in the sun for a little while, it starts to glow blue. And I thought that was really cool because, with Adrian, like a big part of his journey is like figuring out all of what's wrong with him and letting that inner light come out. And one of the concepts of the Adrian series that I've always really liked is that Adrian says that sometimes in the darkness you have to be the light. You can't look for the light. Hence why one of the book's names is Only the Light We Make. So the dice that basically light up, right, are very representative of him. And that was I think that's like the 7th or 8th prototype I had to do before I found one that actually worked. But anyway, those are the dice I've made a bunch of them. I got a whole bucket of Kevin dice I made last night. I still got to sand them, polish them, and number them. But On track. I'm making 20 sets of all different kinds, and then I've got a special set for people who want to play the role-playing game. You can back one of the mid to upper tier levels where you get some books and stickers and stuff like that, extra swag, and then you get to play an online role-playing game with me. It's set in the Adrian's universe, so you'll get to play in that universe, potentially meeting Adrian in the game or other characters. And if you play in that game, I made a special set of dice that will only go to the players of that game. So I'll mail them all out to you. You get them, and then once everyone has their dice, we play, and you play with the dice I made for you, which is cool. Hey, it doesn't release an Audible tomorrow, Alyssa, just Kindle. So you have to be patient. It's another 10 days or so. Sorry, just the tip. And also, we got Mr. Journal stickers. These are fun. It says Adrian's Undead Diary, literally. And then Mr. Journal's up here. They're really cute. And these are 4 mil vinyl, which if you know anything about labels, that's like what bumper stickers are made out of. So durable adhesive, laminated surface. You can put them on your car. You can put them on a water bottle that'll go in the dishwasher. You can do whatever you want with them. And then I made custom Adrian's bookmarks. So these are heavy duty, high gloss bookmarks. And then on the back, Halligans and banana boxes, yo. And these are thick like my head. So they're pretty rugged. And these, a couple bucks for a bumper sticker. I think it's $4 or $5 for couple bucks for a bookmark, $4 or $5 for the Mr. Journal stickers. And then if we reach certain funding thresholds, they just become free. So basically, like if you buy a book and then add a bumper sticker and everyone adds a couple extra things and we hit the funding goal, then everyone just gets them all for free, or gets extra ones for free, I should really say. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Lost and Found comes out on Kindle tomorrow. If you pre-order it, you get it at midnight tonight. And if you don't pre-order it, you can just order it whenever. And the paperback version is available now to order. You can go to Amazon and plop it in. I don't know if it's populated over to the other online retailers. If you want to order it to a local bookstore, you can just call them and ask them to order copies, for you or for the store or whatever. There aren't that many bookstores who like regularly stock my books. They prefer hardcovers, not the paperbacks that I have. Hence the reason why these hardcovers are such a big deal, because it gives bookstores a more attractive thing to order. But if you want to buy it local from a local bookstore, from a Barnes and Noble, you just have to give them a call and have them order it, and they can order it to the store for you, which is also good because it keeps local businesses in business. And then the Audible will release sometime around either May 9th, 10th, or May 16th, 17th, depending upon when we can get into the QC cycle. And the Kickstarter is Monday, May 1st at 10 a.m. So I think that's about it. And I should get back to work here. And if anyone has any questions, please, by all means, just shoot me a message. I reply as soon as I can. I owe people a couple of messages right now. But the kids are on vacation this week, so it's been crazy. Leah just brought them to the library for an arts and crafts time, so I had some time. So here we are chatting. But I'm gonna head out. Thanks everyone for tuning in, for popping in, saying hi. I will be posting the next few days pretty regularly, a countdown, so people know when the Kickstarter goes live, so you have ample notification. I'll probably do another live maybe Sunday night or Sunday or something like that. And then I'm going to go live Monday morning at 9:45, give or take, for us to hit the button. And I'm not going to hit the button precisely at 10 o'clock. I'm just, people are going to see 10 a.m. and be like, oh, I'm going to be there at 10. And, they missed it because I did it at 10 and they got there at 10:02. So yeah, here we are. And as always, thank y'all. I hope you're well. I hope the weather is good where you are. It's getting good here. And I'll talk to you guys later. Appreciate it. Bye.